start off with my base. For my base at the minute, I like to use this Sea Glow Tonic Toner. It's really good. It's got glycolic acid in it, 5%. So what that will do is it just helps remove any dead skin. So with this will also help close your pores off, which is important after you have washed your face with warm water. It's important that you close your pores off, so then it stops any bacteria getting into your pores, which will prevent blackheads and any more breakouts. For moisturiser, I'm still on the Kylie Skin hype. I love this stuff. It's really nice and hydrating. It feels quite thick, but it doesn't make your skin feel greasy at all. I'm going to take that all over. If you put moisturiser on your neck, it's important that you don't drag down and you sort of push up, because then that will stop you from getting sagginess. Kylie Skin eye cream. So with this, it has got like a little applicator thing, but I prefer to just take on my finger, sort of like that. And then I use my ring fingers just because they've got the softest touch. And I just pat it under the eye, take whatever's left on my finger over the eyelid. Grow my eyebrows out for quarantine, so. And I also like to put Vaseline on my eyebrows because that helps your brows grow, and I put it on my lashes at night as well because it just helps them grow really thick. And then by the end of quarantine, I'm gonna have nice thick brows and lashes. Prime, so I'm just gonna use Fix Plus. I'm gonna start off with the eyes. So I always use Prolong Wear Concealer as an eyeshadow base. It's going to give it something to stick to. MAC 252. I build the product up. I make sure I'm not covering the whole brush in the product. Brush through my eyebrows. I'm using my NYX micro brow pencil. I do find it quite difficult at the minute to fill my eyebrows in from where I am growing them out. And I like to start off, hit sort of the arch and then drag the tail out. Tap it all over the lid. What that does is it literally just gives you a very clean base to work off of. I like to blend this out. Please ignore my nails, not cute. So this is a MAC 217 brush. It's a nice fluffy brush. It is quite dense. I go in with Brown Script. So again, this is a MAC shadow. This is a customized palette. You can buy these individually. So I'm gonna take my 217, and you want to keep the product on the tip of the brush, and it's better that you start off with minimal product and then build up, because if you put too much product, you're not going to be able to take that product away. I'm going to build it up on the lid, more so on that outer half. Sometimes I like to sort of give a little lift just so you can get right in that socket. I've always been taught, start off, find that one point where you want to take most of the product and build that, and then that will be your darkest point of your eyeshadow. So I'm going to start here, and you can see where I'm blending, it's not fully coming down towards the corner of the eye. If you start too low, then you're going to be blending your eyeshadow and you're going to sort of make your eyes look quite droopy. So again, lift it, place that product in that one spot where you know that you want to build from, and then once you've got majority of the product off, start to buff it out. When you're looking at yourself in the mirror, you can see here I've got the socket that my eyeball sits in. So when people refer to the socket of the eye, the crease, that's where you're going to be taking your product. It's through there. This is one of my favorite brushes. So this is a 221. So it's again a fluffy brush, but it's more tapered. I'm going to take Rule. I find to stop yourself from being heavy-handed, don't hold the brush right down. Hold it at the very tip of the brush. Find that one point where you were starting from before with the first initial colour. And I'm just going to really lightly start to blend it out. Go back in with my 217, little bit of Brown Script, hardly anything at all, and just make sure that it's completely seamless. I'm going to start blending it a little bit further over the lid now. Okay, so now I'm going back in again, no additional product on the brush, and I'm just swapping between the both of them to make sure that it is blended in. Slightly fluffier brush, so this is a 224 MAC, and I'm going to go in with chrome yellow, and I'm just going to take that and buff it out. If you want to have that more intense, just keep going back and forth and layering those colours just to have it super bright. I'm going to keep mine just like this. Just going to see where we've got that lighter section on the eye. Just going to go back in, no additional product. Same on the other side. Brown script, find that corner, pat it into the eye. I like to get the majority of the product off by patting it. Tapered brush, back in with the orange. Just blend that out. Merge them together. When I'm tapping the brush into the product and most of the product on the very tip of the brush by there, you don't want to take the product around the edges. If you swirl your whole brush into the product, you're going to really struggle to blend that out. MAC in Extreme Dimension 3D, but you can use whatever mascara you like. I am going to be going in with lashes, or if you don't like wearing lashes, you can just leave it with mascara. If you are wearing lashes, you put the mascara on first. These are just lashes that I bought off of Amazon. You don't want to put very much product on there at all, otherwise you'll find it just won't dry. So I'm going to leave them to dry for, I want to say 30 seconds to a minute, just to make sure that they're really nice and tacky. This is face and body. I'm using the colour C2. A little bit of product on my hands. It's literally like a tinted moisturiser, but as you rub it in, it thickens. So that's why I like to use my hands to blend this in. So I'm just building it up, making sure I'm going down the neck. Not going directly under the eyes because we're going to put concealer there. If you want more coverage, you can mix it with a slightly fuller coverage foundation. I'm just going to go in with a little bit. This is 24-hour Studio Fix concealer from MAC. On the back of my hand. The reason why I'm putting it on my hand is because I'm going to be covering blemishes, so you don't want to contaminate the product. Use my fingers. This came with my lashes actually on Amazon. It was a pack of 10 for £10, and it came with a lash applicator, so I thought that was pretty cool. Look down into the mirror, stick down the centre part first, then go and stick the outer corners. There's a 286 and go in with my Pro Long Wear concealer. I'm using the shade NW20, so it's nice and bright under the eye. Down the side of the nose, around the nose, I'm really sorry my video cut out. So all I done is I finished off under the eye. I just blended the yellow, then the orange, and then the brown. I used the same brushes that I originally used, except with the brown I used a really nice short shader brush, 212 from MAC. Took it really close up under the lashes and buffed that out. Then for the skin, I just powdered through the centre with my Laura Mercier powder. Then I took my bronzer, 183 brush, took that in a 3, down my neck, blusher, pop that on the cheeks, buff that back with the same brush. The highlighter that I used over the lid, mix these two together, popped it on the high points. Then I took this colour here, popped that on the inner corner, filled my brows in. Got a video on how I filled my brows in on my Instagram. A little bit of fixed blush just to spray, set it all. Then I went in on my lips. I used MAC Shrimpton, centre of the lips, buffed it in with my finger. Matte cork liner, filled in the cupid's bow, filled in my outer lip. Really important that you use your fingers just to blend it in, purely because the liner's super dark and the lipstick's a little bit lighter. Hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know in the comments below if there's anything that you would like me to film next. Thank you for watching. Bye guys.